Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the counselor's office. Scholars! It's not been a good week at all for Bungie. Not at all. It's not been a good week at all for them. It's crazy how worse things can get. Bungie did their epic Desert Perpetual. And I think we all have learned that they should never do an epic raid again. It was a colossal failure. From people not even wanting to participate in it, from people not even like watching it. Like, I've not seen raid numbers, day one raid numbers be so low. And not that, you have Bungie helping racers cheat. That's right. Bungie's helping raiders cheat. Who would have thought? This is 2025. This is where we're at in life. Let's just jump into it, shall we? Let's just jump into it. So the epic raid, by the way, my personal opinions is that I like the final boss arena. It's really cool. It's really unique. However, and I think I share in most of the community's opinion about this and why the epic raid was such a failure, is that it was 90% a prestige raid until the final encounter, which was just a new encounter. They took the boss and just made a new encounter by taking all other bosses and throwing it together. Why wasn't this just the normal raid? Or why didn't they just take the original and then add this on top of it so it's a 5 encounter raid versus just a 4? So that I think it's a miss on that, because it could have been a longer raid. It would have been like a complete boss gauntlet, right? It would have been cool in that regard. But of course, Bungie just doesn't do that. For some reason, they're like, eh. But as you can see, really cool design, not very popular. Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to more about the news on that. But yes, Bungie said that they were going to crack down on cheaters, not people doing recovs. I mean, people actually cheating. And lo and behold, we have some victims of the crosshairs. It's Bungie tradition at this moment to ban a top player every month. By the way, it is funny. Does she know? I do not. Clearly. It is funny that the moment that top players, Pine got banned, and he was a top Destiny raider, got banned and didn't get unbanned. It is crazy how everyone wants to feint it was a false ban or try to come up with some generic ass reason like, oh, because we're talking about cheats in the chat and that's why we got banned. Sure. And of course, we have people desperately saying, I got banned while I was streaming. God, there's never been a point in streaming history for video games where people were caught cheating. No, not me. I would never stream and cheat at the same time, even though it's happened in Call of Duty. I'm sure it's happened in Battlefield. Hell, everyone can name a game where someone was caught cheating. Just because you stream doesn't mean you weren't cheating. I'm just going to plead that. I'm going to hard cheat one day and be like, guys, I'm streaming. I streamed it. Those wall hacks, dude, I'm streaming. I'm not cheating. What? You can see me see through the walls? Guys, I was live streaming. I wasn't cheating. Friend of mine, Zorla, banned during the epic raid race. This player is legit and confirmed and was false banned. He's trying to grind a race in the next dungeon day one, so any sort of support is appreciated. Well, he can do that on a new account. Nah, Michael, this shit is frying me, bro. Keep it up. Much love. World's first DLC, GoFundMe. And another one, despite streaming an anti-cheat, my teammate Annoyed got banned mid-run after killing Agrios. We have a VOD and proof there is no cheating happening. VOD up and until Annoyed got banned for those interested. Bro forgot to unplug the Chronos and lag switch. Next time, don't say disrespectful words like shit or the dreaded F word. Disrespect of any kind is against TOS. Oh, did they get banned for dropping the F word? Oh, because that is so sad. That is the case. Ban Salt. Nice turret, dumbass. During final, if they're gonna ban. Guess what, bud? If that's the case, literally everyone would be banned. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I do not think that that's what Bungie, like, I don't think so. But unless it was live and you could hear it during the live stream that Bungie was watching, maybe. But I think it's a little too convenient. Just a little too convenient. I'm just saying. Just a little too convenient. But yeah, everyone, you have content creators going and saying the epic raid was they cooked with the final and the new boss mechanics are way better. Okay, cool. Why wasn't this just the base raid then? Do you guys think they'll do another one? This was the viewership of the raid, or not viewership, but the people playing. Remember, Edge of Fate was under 100K, but then the raid came out and it was like 108K people playing. And if you thought, oh, well, after they beat the raid, the numbers went up. Just because normal was unlocked doesn't mean people were playing that shit, especially since just playing epic, you're at a delta. Nope. Nope. There it is. Epic raid definitely cleared hard. Master prestige raids, if this is what we should expect forward. Yep, very hard. Bungie sold the epic raid as something new by cutting off an encounter from base raid and releasing it weeks later. So yeah, it wasn't necessary for an epic raid to be released. And that's exactly what it is. All it was a prestige raid with the mechanics that they added to the 3 other encounters. And then they added a new encounter. I'm sorry. I don't think you should ever name something epic if it's not actually epic. And I think it hurt them more by releasing this shit 3 months later, or 2 to 3 months later. You know, when everyone stopped playing the fucking DLC. What is the current? Someone said check. Oh my God. Yeah, maybe. Guys, do you think they cooked? Do you think Bungie all that time and effort into the raid? Do you think they're saving the game? One encounter, by the way. Everyone wants to glaze the shit. This one encounter. This one encounter. By the way, I'm gonna close these as we go so I can keep track. One encounter. Did I lose track of it? I think I did. Yeah, one encounter, people are glazing the shit out of it. That's not how that works. There's nothing wrong with having a raid variant, bro. But this is not a variant. They just held off that final encounter from the base raid and then released it weeks later as a new and improved raid. This is a variant. It's literally the epic version. They didn't hold it off. It was meant for the epic variant. They said ahead of time it would feature additional mechanics and different encounter. They mentioned this ahead of time, bro. Like, they announced the differences. It has differences, but it still has the core raid. I don't know what you're trying to spin with this narrative. Guys, that's literally how it is. Bungie. Oh, this is the other guy. Bungie can really give you an incomplete raid and you'll eat it up. Yeah, that's all it is. If you don't think that this was actually shaped and designed outside of the final encounter, you're stupid as fuck. They literally designed this raid, swapped out the last encounter. Everything else is literally the same shit. With it's a prestige raid. They sold you a pre-cooked raid and took one encounter out, and that's it. But it's the epic raid, bro. Yeah, it's epic. We're doing epic numbers with it. Woo! In fact, it was so bad, if you saw Greppo even calling this shit out. This really shows how poor of a job Bungie did at hyping up this raid race. I don't think it was Bungie's fault. Well, it is their fault, but not for hyping up the raid. I think it's just people weren't excited for the raid in general. This epic Desert Perpetual was a banger. with a brand new final boss. And despite being easier than the original DP, which it was, which is funny, everyone who beat it is like, this is easier, especially after the final was fully known. There are the clear numbers. Yeah, less people. This was the hardest, and yet more people, unironically, if you think about it, this emblem has more value because of how hard it was, but less people. So the rarity is cranked to the fucking 9. Oh, well, enjoy your emblem, unless you're trying to sell your account. No one gives a shit. But it's so fucking funny that even Salt's like, yo, this is bad. You just can't, the numbers. One is easier than the other, but the one that's easy has less. It's a literally 2% versus a 4%. God damn. And again, like I said, you got content creators glazing the balls of Bungie, trying to make this sound like this is the greatest thing ever. The epic raid final boss is the greatest radic encounter has ever produced. I do not believe so. I think there's been some better moments. I think Rolk is a fantastic encounter. And the fact that people are raving about speaks how absolutely far gone the game is. Well, at least they're being honest and not blaming the community. I don't want to be a doomer, but if that encounter can't save the game, nothing can. GG. That encounter can't save the game. I would agree if there was a way to see the first Chrono, whatever. I personally thought going back in time with the knowledge of Chrono alignment was pretty cool and not that hard to put together. And yeah, the boss not shooting you at you is a complaint I have as well. Didn't say it was perfect. How can a single encounter save the game? Saving the game, probably bad wording. It just feels jarring having such an incredible singular element to be so overshadowed by this. Yes! What are you talking about? One singular element. Who gives a fuck about one singular element? Dog, no one spends $40 for one singular encounter. They spend $40 for an entire package. Guys, you spent 100K on a car, but all you give a shit is that it has a nice radio. Forget everything else about the package. That radio though, that radio good. Oh goddamn! Did you see that radio? Fuck the rest of the car. That radio though, that radio good. It's just funny that people live in this delusion. And it's just mostly content creators and anyone that's like overly obsessed. And like, when I say obsessed, I mean like Destiny is their life. They live in this delusional bubble as if this is it, man. Are you saying Parabellum cheated? Yes, they did. And we'll get to it. Yep. Here we go. Well, Bungie got Bungie got their new script. Oh, they got their new script from Bungie. Boy, I was fucking wrong. I think it's hard to argue Desert Perpetual isn't one of the best pieces of content in the entire franchise. It's definitely contending for my favorite raid. By the way, he can have that opinion. That's his opinion. Impressed with the epic raid, to be honest. We'll talk about it more later. Again, you can have that opinion. Desert Perpetual epic contest complete. Absolutely blown away how much fun and different this was compared to the base raid. It's the final boss is the only thing that's different. The other one just has a slight mechanic change. It's a glorified prestige raid. Epic raid was actually awesome. Desert Perpetual is definitely the best Destiny raid. Rad team cooked. I will say Not Swap did literally nothing and should be scrapped. I agree. 10 out of 10. Well done, Bungie. Very much looking forward to the next one. If there is one. All right. So for those who want to know, here we go. Let's get into the drama. Parabellum, world's first raiding team. If you weren't been paying attention, there was bubblings, there was rumors, there was supposed leaks, and there was a lot of shit under the hood happening until it was actually verified. So we have Numo. I don't think it's a hot take to say this. Bungie raid playtesters should not be teaching team raid mechanics on day one, especially when one, those raid mechanics are unsolved. Two, not even 5 teams have cleared the raid. Have some shame. Drop the name. It's public shaming time. And people are being hushing. They're not actually calling out yet because we didn't have any actual proof, right? Not anything just yet. Those who know, it wasn't even subtle either. It was so obvious. Did they just really go AFK for 10 minutes, then come back and know everything? I didn't see. Well, their damage magically increased by 200% on the first 2 mini phases, about 15 to 20 minutes after Salt's team cleared, and they weren't gambling like my team decided to do. Sure, this violated an actual NDA, right? We'll see. It continues. We have Rosie. This 100,000 times, even if no NDA is broken, is super shitty that certain teams get an advantage for a good placement. Even if it's not legally wrong, it doesn't mean it's not morally wrong for a fair race. It's called cheating. I definitely think the rule should be no Bungie dev influence until contest is over. I just think getting strategies from people who have been limit testing the raid for a long period of time kind of ruins the contest experience. We're continuing on. We're continuing on, guys. We're continuing on. To all the smart, wonderful people replying to this, the tweet I replied to allegedly A Bungie employee coached a team in the world's first race, and B, he broke his NDA and gave info to his team before and during the race. Both claims are completely false, which is why the tweet's deleted. That's right, guys. Bungie did not coach a world's first race team, didn't give them information. Parabellum, we can't extend damage phase. Bravo. Bravo during this 10 minutes. Yeah. Not sure if it's confirmed if he lost his job, but that 100% should not have happened. He should have not given info to Parabellum. If that doesn't violate his NDA or other internal rules, he should not be punished for it. Should be amended so it doesn't happen again. But if he had a large impact on DP in the epic version of the race, losing him sucks. This raid is the best we've ever gotten, not close. That's right. People are celebrating it because Aiden, a former Bungie employee, was a raid tester, lost their fucking job for helping Parabellum cheat by giving him inside information. That's right. Parabellum had inside help. They fired. He used to have that he worked. He has no Bungie affiliation anymore. They helped Parabellum cheat on the new raid. And people are memeing on it. With all the recent info coming to light, Tier 1 is looking for a new scout coach for future rad stuff. Requirements: must have inside information, must be willing to break NDA to give information, 6 months advantage on mechanics. Damn. That's right. Parabellum had a Bungie employee. Someone who, by the way, if you ever want to know, is it a good idea to hire content creators / raid racers to work at your company? The answer is probably fucking no now, because they hired this guy who used to be part of the world's first team for Parabellum. And now he doesn't have a job because he was helping his former team. Man, it's just not a good day for Bungie. It's almost like you shouldn't hire the people who make a living off your video game. Totally wouldn't try to help their friends or anyone else who was formerly associated with them. Totally. It's crazy. His contract was probably up and didn't get renewed. Let's be real. Sure, buddy. Or he could have got promoted and just waited for a new job out. Lead game designer, bravo. The first things to come up mind that we lost even more QA staff. He is in fire indeed. I hid name to avoid harassment towards this individual initially, but yes, he broke NDA and leaked raid mechanics to his clan friends so they could get a better placement. This is the dumbest stuff I've heard in a minute. People have no brain in their head. If you ever want to know, by the way, I think it's comical that people are still calling me a cheater for asking for getting a recov to fluff up my account to sell it. Meanwhile, you have a world's first raid team, actually has a world first, cheating from the help of inside Bungie. Huh? Recovery to sell accounts? Actually cheating, getting help from Bungie. Huh? I now have a complete counter to anyone that calls me a cheater. I think you're thinking of Parabellum. You know, the raid race, the world's first that got help from Bungie. Those are the real cheaters. And now, is this something that is breaking Bungie's terms of service? Well, considering I don't think Bungie ever thought they were going to hire former world's first raiders as part of their team. But then at the same time, I don't think they expected those same people to give inside information to a team going for world's first. So no, it may not be breaking TOS, but we all fucking know what cheating is. I hate all cheaters, but the ones that are held up as legit players are the worst. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I think they clearly had an advantage. Even though it's not part of Bungie's terms of service, these people, everyone in the team should get banned. Like, I don't know what the definition of cheating is when Bungie literally tells you the mechanics. When someone literally gives you a silver dish, like, here's the solution to maximize and just get this shit done. Absolutely, Parabellum, the whole team should be disqualified. They should have their placement removed and they should be banned. They won't, because Bungie's going to give them a fast pass. They're going to do it. They're just going to they're going to act like, no, guys, nothing to see here. Bungie's going to be like, what? We don't see anything. What's that? We don't have insight. We can't see anything. We don't have any insiders giving in. No, what? We would never do that. Here at Bungie, we're honest. You can know mechanics, but it still takes skill to make it happen. Not necessarily. Not necessarily, considering it was literally a switch. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. They knew the basics, but they didn't know how to amp the damage. And I think that's the big thing, right? They didn't legitly figure out how to increase their damage. And so that's the big problem, right? And people were like, yeah, they went from struggling to do some extra damage to they just did massive damage out of fucking nowhere, right? You have to remove their belt now too. Listen, we don't know how long this person from Parabellum. Actually, I think this person got hired after they got world's first. It's a pattern game, not a skill game. I mean, at this point, there is no skill. You have multiple people getting banned for cheating. You've got Pine, who is a world first raider and dungeoneer, getting banned for cheating. Like, now you have blatant cheating from these races. Like, who knows how much? Here's the funny thing is, I guarantee you there are more top players that are cheating. The difference is they are not getting caught. People celebrating Bravo losing his job because he affected their stupid ass raid report numbers are the same people who are positively impacted by him working at Bungie. If you enjoyed either of the last contest experiences, you shouldn't be celebrating. No one should be celebrating him losing his job, and technically he should not have lost his job because he did not break NDA. Isn't it crazy? Everyone's trying to support their former raid friend. It's crazy. He should lose his job. The only thing that half this community gives a shit about is their numbers. Listen, I'm gonna make fun of it. Like, I agree with him. Their stupid ass raid reports, no one gives a shit about it. But the people that do, have at it, right? I'm gonna make fun of you, but you have a right to enjoy it and like it and want to care about it. And if it's one of the damn things that you have any like enjoyment in, like pop off, but you have Bungie or people working at Bungie who are actively rooting that, I mean, it's not fair. The elitism is on another level. That being said, we both should be agreeing that he shouldn't be telling teams how to do mechanics, and that shortly after World's First, like at least waiting until 24 hours is up. I think everyone, including Parabellum and Bravo, agree it was dumb, and it certainly wasn't planned prior to the raid, but getting Bravo fired was 100% the goal of the Indebted. Damn! They're Indebted Nemo when they made their original tweets that started the witch hunt and Twitter misinformation storm. Damn, it is funny. They are going after each other now. Can you point to the one that was said by an Indebted member that was misinformation? None of us said that he for sure he broke NDA. Damn, the guy that got banned himself for cheating is now calling out. The only people saying he for sure didn't are you guys, which is based on what exactly? Have you seen the NDA contract yourself, or is that just what he told you? Also, believe it or not, a company can fire someone even if they aren't in direct violation of a legally binding contract. If they think he did something stupid, which he did, and if this also wasn't his first time being accused of something like this. Sorry, I'm gonna try to lower this just a little bit for my ears. They have every right to end his contract if they feel like it. The only reason where the first one's pointing this one out is because we have already had multiple instances of being told about Bravo leaking shit about raids and not saying they are all true, but some of them 100% are. The fact that he got a second chance and still decided to. So this person, so Parabellum has been cheating, or yeah, they've been cheating multiple raids. This confirms it from someone from Indebted. Pine from Indebted is now leaking that Bravo, the person who got fired, they've already been caught once. Holy. Dude, I love the drama. I'm here for it, baby. Because even when this is some of the funniest shit, is when the top players literally beat each other off and then they slit each other's throat the moment that something comes up. What if possibility of NDA being broken is there? What if the NDA is in place until World's First has been verified and announced? That seems like the most plausible case, in my opinion. Yes, dude, exactly. Keep in mind, he leaked the mech before Bungie had even tweeted at Team Clear. His only defense is he saw Elysium clear on Evan's stream, so he leaked. What if someone on Elysium said some dumb shit in the clan chat like I did and got okay. I said dumb stuff. I said some dumb stuff, guys. I said I was cheating. Fine, we know you're cheating. Bro, you're a fast typer. Holy shit. He definitely should have waited for an official belt tweet, but the race was called internally when normal mode was released. Dude, it is crazy. It's ironic because he got fired. He got fired himself for wanting to affect his own team's raid report numbers. He literally lost his own job all because he wanted a raid report placement. That's lunatic-ish. I agree. Listen, I've butt heads with this Calico guy and even made fun of him, but he's spitting some fucking facts. It's beating a dead horse, but the notion that he did it for his own team's raid report numbers is just not even close to the truth. Bitch, then why did he do it? Guys, I'm gonna give just you. That's right, Parabellum. I was part of your team. I'm going to give just you this information, no one else, but I don't care about your placement numbers, guys. I don't care. I don't care, guys. Which, if that's true, then maybe he didn't know that Salt had beaten it and they were just trying to help them get an edge to get first place. Either way, you be caught cheating. You be caught cheating, literally getting inside information is the cheatiest of cheats. Like there's using internal cheats to kill bosses, and then there's getting literally information on how to do the mechanic. Was this Salt's team? No, Salt Team is Elysium. Parabellum is the one that had Bravo, who was part of the world's first team and got hired to Bungie. I'm going to give you the key to the bank, but I don't care if you get rich. Exactly. Bungie can straight up remove their clear and none of them would care. No, they would. They would. They would. No. They literally just thought it sped up the annoying wait phase. No one's buying that bullshit. No one's buying that bullshit. I literally have a recorded of how it all went down, but I'm not going to post it without permission from Bravo directly, as I don't know what could or would happen. But if anyone thinks this was done all maliciously, I can disprove that in a second. Yeah, I don't think it's anything crazier than he should have just not engaged anyone with any information. What did he do? Maybe he don't violate the NDA to give your former team an unfair advantage. It doesn't really matter if it was after World's First finish. That info should have never been coming from someone at the company. I cannot fathom having that little respect for the community you came from. 100% agree. Assume the NDA expires. Yada, yada. What's going on? I've been so out of touch. I didn't realize anyone enjoyed them. It's like, yes, he did something wrong, but losing his job and this, no, fuck you. I doubt Salt and his team are legit either. Dude, I mean, that's the thing. I find it funny because there is literally like no proof. Rages that people are Barum. Oh, hot dog. Maybe if they were good enough, they wouldn't need inside information from Bungie if they were that good. That's crazy, Bobby. Maybe if they were that good, they wouldn't need help from inside information from Bungie. It's crazy. Wasn't this? No, you're thinking of my pause. You're thinking of Parabellum. They're the ones that cheated. You're thinking of Parabellum because we have them caught in 4K where they got personal information. In fact, it's not the first time. Thanks to pineapples, we know this is not the first time that they've got leaked information. That's right. It's officially been leaked that this is not the first time that Bravo leaked information to Parabellum. Team China was about to rock their shit from being behind. I'm just saying, it is funny. Parallel. We can't extend damage phase. Bravo. We got you. Here before shut up Fed comments calling you an idiot. I like Fed. Which is funny. If you look at Fed, he's desperately trying to defend. He's trying to run defense for the boys. It's pretty bad. Let's see. I understand nobody should celebrate losing their job under normal circumstances. People were aware of how bad he treated some people. The amount of shit he leaked, the ego and ignorance from that guy was abhorrent. By the way, it sounds like this Bravo guy was an asshole, so fuck him. This guy sounds like he didn't treat people right, like his people who cared about him. Fuck him. Fuck him. All Parabellum, I guess. Pause. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. You could say, people like 70% were using 70% on the first race, which, by the way, we don't even know if Parabellum got inside information from that either. They might have, but at that point, it was all a damage check anyway, so it doesn't matter information. Scarrow was discussing the eyes mechanic extreme minutes before the raid race started. Wait, what? That's a whole different situation. By the way, we don't know how many people Bravo interacted and told. I guarantee more streamers had inside info on raids. I guarantee you're right. Listen, if there's one thing I have learned, that scouts, like, there's a lot of underground leaks. There's Destiny leaks, and then there's the underground raid leaks that a lot of us are not privy to, that other people are. All that and the fact that this wasn't even his first offense. The fact that he didn't care either was again, this person is notorious for leaking and telling in personal information multiple times. By the way, how he was not fired and removed the first time? Your guess is as good as fucking mine. Rumor has it there's a video evidence of you flying during the epic raid. What say you there, the rumors? Of course, all can control my character whilst being in a menu. Be careful joining about these things, Logs. This is how they got me. This is very true. Yeah, I'm sure. I feel bad for the guy, but it's his own doing. He lost his job after a repeat offense of leaking shit to people. What did he expect to happen? Bungie aren't going to let shit like this slide, which is interesting. Scared, don't get me started on that. Whoa. Yeah. When did the D2 community get so sleazy, bro? Here's the fun fact. The Destiny community has always been sleazy in regard to placement. There's nothing that people give more shit about than a digital number. Why do you think I did a paid recov to get the emblem to boost the value of my account? Because I know someone was going to buy it. He gave so much good head. Damn. People think I'm crazy for trying to sell my account and thinking, oh, no one would buy it. Clearly, people are willing to cheat by having inside information from, people are willing to lose their job to give their team information for a fucking placement. If you think people are not willing to do some of the stupidest shit for this game, you're wrong. There will be always people trying to buy the stupidest shit, trying to earn placements, all that jazz. If Bravo actually compromised the integrity of the contest and gave out DPS strats, the studio management needs to have anyone who touches the rad team sign NDAs that apply to 48. He didn't break any of their rules, AF. No, apparently he did, but the rule should change. He joined the Parabellum team after World's First and helped them with their first clear on the original DP and got, oh my God, so that's what happened. The original, so they cheated on the original got 14th place. Oh my God. So they cheated and got help the first time around. Ming DePierre, he joined the Parallel team in DP because one of their members just couldn't be fucked to finish it and wanted to go to bed. Despite Bravo being a playtester, Styx is still a way better play than him and would probably help them clear faster. I just don't see how any player is going to be better than someone who has been playing the raid for months. It probably doesn't change much, I agree, but the principle of it, guys, we've got this guy who has been playing the raid, who has complete experience on it. God, it doesn't matter. With this guy who's just started playing the raid, he's a better player. What do you mean? What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? It does matter. What do you have to gain from insults? Believe it or not, Bravo himself is a fucking terrible at the game and is becoming especially obvious to me, having done both of the past two contests that he tested with him. The strat thing for the epic raid obviously helped us, but him as a player is more than a cancer. What do you have to gain from insulting a member of the community like this, honestly? By the way, are you part of Parabellum? Okay, I couldn't tell if this person was part of Parabellum because they're running some. I've seen a lot about this. If this is actually true, I totally agree. Information like this literally is detrimental to the contest placements. We immediately saw how long of a phase was gotten for 1, 2, and just stopped trying to clear the BS strats and just figured out the clear so easily. It took like 30 minutes after seeing the longer phase to figure out. Like if we hadn't seen a long phase, our team would have just been doing the world's first clear strat. We did pretty much the same experience, just kind of soured the final boss. After world's first is cleared, I don't think it matters personally. People still play for placement. Anyone says otherwise is delusional. I think it's delusional to give a shit about placement. I'm going to be really honest. Placement doesn't fucking matter. However, you spent $40 on a fucking game. Play how the fuck you want. If a digital number makes you feel happy inside, do it, man. I don't think it should have no impact on me, but you care? Pop off. Like, I think it's delusional to think that placement actually matters. It does not matter outside of the person that it actually matters to. For 90% of the community, placement doesn't, 99% of the community, it doesn't matter. However, for the 1% that plays this game specifically for placement, that's their enjoyment. They paid for that experience. Pop off. However, when you start being a cheating fuck and you start getting inside information, well, your placement really doesn't have any, value because you didn't do it legit. One of Salt's team members banned from Destiny for cheating a few years back. So here's the thing. I did a video quite a while, actually. I think it was one of the popular videos. Let me check. It's been a minute. I've had several popular videos. I don't know. It was a while back. I don't know. Okay, so it's not this one. This was after it, where I actually did like a full breakdown. I did a full breakdown of how Cruz got banned. Like I literally did step by step how Cruz got banned, and I got a dummy account banned. By the way, I still think it's funny. Bye, bitches. I bet he has never been happier that he jumped ship 7 months ago. Chris Proctor is like, I'm glad I got out of that sinking ship. I did 3 different videos. One of them was just to piss people off. But one of them was actually showcasing that he got falsely banned. I don't know where it's at. No one really gave it any attention, which is unfortunate because I actually did research for it. Anyways, I think we pretty much covered that. It's very obvious. Sure, I require context. Wait, what the fuck just happened? I've deduced we were talking about Parabellum, but why don't we just at the suspect playtester? I don't know what exactly they did and do was the proof. It's Bravo. Left for 10 minutes, immediately knew what to do. Anyways, the epic raid in a nutshell was a complete failure. It failed to get people excited. It failed to get people to watch it. It failed to get people in the door to play the game. I mean, it's reset today. Today's Tuesday. This is reset. Peak hours. Ain't no one give a fuck about it. They did such a great job. It's so epic. So, should Bungie waste their time and resources on an epic raid? No. You should use your resources where people actually give a shit. The base game. It's how the cookie crumbles. Also, you have like top raid racers actually getting banned, and then trying to play innocents. And then you also have Parabellum cheating by getting multiple times information from the same dude who's gotten caught with his pants down. And now you know. I didn't know, but now I know, and now you know too. Parabellum has cheated 2 different raids now. I have no respect for top streamers or, raid racers because you don't know who's cheating and who's not. You just don't know. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more. As always, don't forget to game out.